Another day, another dollar. Hit your bottom dollar. I holla. What up, what up? Just getting comfortable, just getting situated. Sent the invite to, oh, what up, bro? Let me send you the button. Should be, you should have gotten prompted to join. Sometimes it takes a couple of clicks for the click thing to come up. Should be joining in a second now. Let's see. So I'm sending the request to join, to have you join, to get you on here. It's it should be probably in the bottom notification. We'll get you. There we go. What up, bro?
Yeah, man, what's up?
How are you?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. How are you?
Very good, very good. Thank you for joining me.
You're welcome, man. Thanks for
Um,
having me.
Thank you. Dude, the honor and pleasure is all mine, brother. Honestly. Firstly, well, we got a couple things to go over. Congratulations on your most recent win at the presidential.
Yes,
Was that
appreciate
classic? Was that classic physique?
Yes, classic physique overall.
Great job, man. Great
Thank
physique.
you.
You
Appreciate
came
it.
out of nowhere. I didn't know that you existed like 3 weeks ago.
Man, really?
No, no,
That's
no.
crazy, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Really
mean,
great physique.
I came on the scene from last year because I won the art last year, so
Oh, so you won the Yorton last year
yeah, I did
in classic physique.
in classic too.
Do you know Carolina Muscle? His name is Jamal.
Yeah, I'm familiar with him.
Have you competed with him?
Yeah, I have. The first show I did with him was the presidential last year.
Okay.
So he won that show. I
Okay.
placed second. I placed runner up behind him. So
Okay. Have you beaten him yet?
yeah, I beat him at the Yorton, the
Okay.
2024.
All right. So you guys are kind of like going back and forth a little bit.
Let's see. I mean, this coming Yorton would be the third time me and him going face to face. So let's see what happens.
Got it. I got.
Right.
All right. Before we get more into that rivalry, how do you say your name? I want to make sure that I'm able to pronounce your name correctly.
So it's the main Dawson.
Daimain Dawson.
That's it.
Cool. Cool.
Right.
Carolina Muscle has been on my radar. He has this podcast with Eric Shelton.
Yeah, I remember.
It's called Let's Talk About It.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had myself and my training partner Valley Muscle on there, and we were able to get really into the
Right.
details for this TV show concept.
Yes.
But yeah, man, like you popped up on my radar after winning the presidential a couple weeks ago, and like I don't say this to every athlete, but like, dude, like you got
Appreciate
one
that.
of those physiques that I'm just like a huge fan of, honestly. You know,
Thank you.
when I think about bodybuilding, I think of size, shape, and conditioning.
Right.
And I would say, like, dude, you hit all of
Oh,
them. You hit all of them,
appreciate that.
you
Appreciate
know?
that.
So, what's like the best case scenario? Like, what would you like to have happen within your bodybuilding career?
Man. Um. So where I'm at now, I'm just taking things in strides, man. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not rushing the process. So whatever is to come. I'm just working towards a bigger goal is to get my name a little bit more established in the bodybuilding, the natural bodybuilding world. Um, and just see what happens.
I love
You know,
that. I love
yeah,
that.
push.
How did you get into OCB? Why OCB and not a different federation?
Okay, so but I was on the internet once. I think it was in 2020, late 2023. I was diagnosed. I was in the hospital. And I was looking at some national federations, and I was looking at the WNBF, the OCB, and some others. But OCB stood out to me the most. Plus, I realized that they had a lot of shows going on statewide, so that drew my attention, and a few shows were as close as possible to where I am. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just give one of these shows a try. And I gave the Atlantic Super Show in Richmond. That was my first OCB show as an amateur. Placed second in my class. You know, I didn't get to go to the overall, but I decided, you know what? I'm gonna come back a little bit stronger. I was gonna take the year off, but then I went to the schedule again and I realized there's another show and it's still close by. So I'm like, since I'm already in shape, let me just try and see if I can go and do this other one. So I did the Conquer last year in Ming, and that's where I got my OCB Pro card, winning the overall there.
Gotcha. This was last year.
Last year.
And then you went to the Yorton last year as
No.
well.
So after winning the Conquer in May, I went to do my pro debut. I think it was like 2-3 months later. I did the presidential. That's when I placed second behind Carolina Muscle in my pro debut overall. Then 6 weeks later at the Yorton, that's when I got the victory overall and won.
Wow.
Everything was done within the space of less than a year. So,
this all happened last year.
Last year, yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
that's incredible.
Blame it on good genetics, man.
Yeah, no, dude. Don't even. I could go on for days about genetics. Man, how old are you?
I just turned 33, August 3rd.
Oh, I turn 34 next month.
That's good.
Yeah. Good. Are you aware that a lot of the top natural bodybuilders, like, they're hitting their prime in their 40s?
Yep, I realize. Yeah. I feel like I still have a long way to go, man. My body is just responding like crazy right now, man.
Yeah.
Wow, that's never been this way.
I love that. Why do you choose the natural path as opposed to taking steroids?
All right, so the truth is this. I'm gonna be 100% transparent, because growing up, when I started working out at 17 years old, right out of high school, I started bodybuilding. I knew about steroids, I heard about it, but I didn't know how it worked, right? I never decided I was gonna, try any experiment to see how it works. So I was like, you know what? Plus, first, I couldn't even afford any of those things anyways. I don't even know them by names, most of them by names. So I was like, you know what? Let me just see what I can do naturally. After training for a few years, I did my first bodybuilding competition in Jamaica. This was back in 2010. My first show as a 17-year-old going on to 18. I did my first show. I didn't win that show. I didn't even place top 5, I think. But I learned a lot from that show, and the experience that I've garnered during that show, it just taught me, it showed me what to expect moving forward. I went back to the drawing board, did what I had to do, came back, won a few shows, placed second and such. So the reason why I decided not to go the dark side is because of health reasons mainly. I've considered it many times back then, even before I got diagnosed with my condition that I have, which is Crohn's disease. So I was thinking about becoming an IFBB pro from I was like 19, 20 years old, and I feel like it was just a sign to slow down when it comes on to God, because I'm a man of faith, and I was living a life back then that wasn't maybe pleasing to God. Maybe He decided to teach me a lesson. So that's when I got diagnosed, and I'm like, with this condition that I have, I really wanna, if I do get better again, I really wanna continue the journey of bodybuilding. But it took about 6 years, which is now pretty much, for me to get back on my feet. And since I've been back on my feet, training again, getting my health back to not 100%, but I would say maybe like 80%, I've decided, nah, I'm just not gonna risk it. My health come first. As I said, it was something I was considering in the past, because who doesn't want to be like a Sebum or a Ronnie Coleman or a Phil Heath? And the only way you're gonna get to that level is unless you do what they did. So I was thinking about it, but with a health condition, I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna go that route. So
Well,
maxing out my natural potential is what I'm just doing right now. That's all I'm doing.
I love
Wherever,
that, man.
wherever it leads and wherever it stops, that's just it.
I think that's such a great response. The fact that like you're keeping your health in top
Right.
priority.
Have to.
That, yeah, yeah. And I know very little about Crohn's disease. I know a couple of people, like acquaintances that have talked about it, but I know very little. So, does this change your like life expectancy or anything like that?
As in terms of how long I'm
Yeah,
supposed
yeah. Like for longevity purposes.
to. No, it doesn't. Once you follow a strict medical guideline pertaining to having Crohn's, you should be good.
Okay,
Because I do an infusion every 8 weeks
got it.
just to
Got
keep
it.
me afloat, just to
Yeah,
keep me going. So if I slack off or if I miss my infusions or if I go to a bad diet, then trust me, things can get out of hand. And
I
I
got you.
really don't want to get back to where I was coming
For
from.
sure, of course, of course.
Yeah.
One of our first athletes. So I'll talk to you a little bit about this project. The project is called the Natty King.
Right.
We're eyeing for a cinematic docuseries on Netflix in
Right.
2028, which would lead into a invitational tournament very similar to the Arnold Classic.
Mm-hmm.
It would be called the King of Naturals Tournament, where we would be selecting those 30 natural bodybuilders, the best of the best, to compete for the title of the Natty King, along with a $1 million cash prize.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's
That is
that's the
that that
vision.
that's
Yeah,
something to look forward to, man. I ain't gonna lie about that. That sounds really good.
yeah, and the reason that this came out of my brain is because I took a look at the landscape of the sport. I
Mm-hmm.
personally feel like the enhanced side is kind of capping out. Like there's not much more
They
potential
can
for it to
do
go.
right.
I've always felt that within the sport, and you could apply this to other sports, but within the sport of bodybuilding specifically, the marketability of the sport banks on star athletes, star
Right.
characters, star
Yep.
personalities. Arnold Schwarzenegger being the most popular bodybuilder of all time due to his
Right.
charisma and his intention. He was very intentional with how he maneuvered his career into Hollywood and then into politics.
Yeah.
I'm looking to create that opportunity for 30 natural bodybuilders to do something similar to what Arnold was able to do, starting in bodybuilding, then going into Hollywood, and then beyond. I want to
Right.
create that opportunity for our natural athletes and show that steroids were never needing to be part of the equation. That
Right.
that was something that was normalized very early on in the
Mm-hmm.
sport, and honestly, it was to the sport's detriment because
That's
as it
true.
continued to reward bigger and bigger bodies, like I said, we're in 2025 now, and it has gotten so drastically out of proportion as to what a
Mm-hmm.
mainstream audience is even interested in seeing that I'm
Yeah.
proposing a complete reboot to the sport, taking
Mm-hmm.
it back to the basics and focusing on
Right.
shape and
Right.
like
Yeah.
proportion and
Right.
aesthetics and symmetry,
Posing. All
posing,
of that. Everything, man.
all of that.
You're on the right path, man.
Yeah,
I 100% support your idea in which you want to take the natural bodybuilding, you know. So yeah, man, count me in, bro. I'm here. I'm ready.
shit, man. All
I'm
right, so
ready.
you're number 9 of 30.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
Get me
I love
down.
it. I love it. Okay,
Go.
well you're in. You're in. And
Good.
we honestly, I'm looking to promote all of the various natural federations, and I want to show like these are the champion athletes from OCB, and these are the champion athletes
Right.
from WMBF, and I want it to
Mhm.
feel very inclusive. Like this is like an entire thing. Like we're all a part of this
All a
moment.
part of one body. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So your representation with OCB, I've reached out to Carolina Muscle. We've talked a couple times, so he might be on the roster in the future. So
Right.
like you might be sharing the stage with him on this platform.
I mean, that's all right. I mean, he's a fellow competitor, so I
Yeah.
have no problem doing
Yeah.
so. So
And one thing, some a quick thing about me is like my background is in filmmaking and storytelling.
hmm
I only just recently started competing as a natural bodybuilder,
right,
so my background is like cinema and theatrical stuff like that. I've
right,
noticed that when it comes to great sports success stories, they're usually created around rivalries.
rivalries.
So as yeah, like with you being on the team,
hmm
I think your physique speaks so much for itself.
Right.
And my intention so far is like telling your story is
Mm.
basically showing like your like high competition.
I, I can feel it already, man. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, I have no problem with having rivalry within the sport.
Mm-hmm.
The issue I may come across with that is when it becomes personal.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? Because I mean, I can be at a person's head saying, you know, I'm gonna beat you all here, and I go around and we go back and forth on social media. But when it becomes personal to the point where you see me in person and it's just all bad vibe and negative vibe, and it's like you want to be up in my face and fight, you can't pass me and say, if I even win a show, you can't come to me and say, yo, congratulations, man, you deserve it. I feel it's poor for the sports, man. I mean, because I feel like sportsmanship should be like at the pinnacle when it comes on to competing after winning shows. You gotta, because it's on stage, let's do battle. That's where we're gonna punch, you know, that's where we're gonna fight. But leave the BS for off the stage, man. You know, leave that for off social.
Yeah, and
Yes.
I couldn't agree more. As
Right,
the television showrunner of this whole project and like the organizer of this whole thing, I'm also competing in it, so I'll be competing against you.
right.
But as the person who's like organizing this whole thing, my intention is to create a culture within the
Mm-hmm.
project of like, dude, we're all on the same team. Whoever
Right,
wins this whole thing, like, kudos to you. You brought it. Like, you brought your A game. But
right,
like,
right.
I'm going for it too. But like, by the time that we're actually on stage and like we're about to like walk on, and it's like the 30 best of the best, and we like we're casting between now and 2027. So
That's good.
like I'm going to finish out this year with a total of 10 athletes. And then in 2026, I'm going to cast another 10. And then in
Mm-hmm.
2027, I'm going to cast the final 10. And I want the community of natural bodybuilding to become more and more aware of this project each year. So it becomes like
Sounds
a bigger
good.
deal.
Sounds good.
Um, yeah. That being said, it's like by the time that like the King of Naturals tournament is here and like it's showtime, the backstage vibe should be super fucking chill.
Right,
Like,
right.
like we all made it. Like,
Yeah, we did it. We did it.
we,
I can see where that's going, bro. Trust me,
yeah,
that should be awesome, man.
yeah,
That should
yeah,
be something
yeah.
to look forward to.
But I think people like you, like athletes like you, with your potential, with the presence that you have on stage, it like you can't ignore the fact that like there's gonna be some tension, like, oh, this guy's a problem. You know, like
I feel it coming on already, man. I feel it because I mean, for somebody to just blow up out of nowhere, you
yeah,
know, and
yeah,
just be winning shows, and it kind of gonna rub some people the wrong way, you know. Cause, but the thing is, what people don't understand is, even though I'm not on the OCB scene competing in the OCB, I've been doing bodybuilding for all my life, so it's nothing new. So what I'm doing now is like a rehearsal or
mm,
a playback of what I used to do back then. So as I say, when I go on stage, everything just feels natural. I'm not trying too hard. I'm not posing too hard. I'm not, you know, everything is being controlled. I have control over how I train, my diet, the outcome of everything. So
that's all.
it just pays off on stage, man.
Mm-hmm,
You see
mm-hmm.
that the way I flow, the way I pose, the facial expressions, and that for me is just bodybuilding right there.
I love it.
It's
I
in
love it.
its purest form.
I couldn't agree more. Let me ask you this question, and like whatever you say is like there's no right or wrong answer.
Right.
I understand that what we're doing is essentially aiming to take the Mr. Olympias, like we're looking to take their lunch, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas
Right.
like the Mr. Olympia is currently like considered the crown jewel of the sport
Mm-hmm.
of bodybuilding,
Right.
and in the event that the Natty King is as successful as we intend it to be,
Mm-hmm.
then after that we will have changed history, and natural bodybuilding will be
At
the
the
side that's
forefront.
on top. Yeah,
Right.
the person who gets crowned the Natty King and gets that $1 million cash prize, which would be the biggest cash prize in the history of bodybuilding, enhanced or natural, right?
Ooh, it's crazy.
What would naturally happen? This is just how I kind of see it. If like the argument or the conversation would be the Natty King versus the Mr. Olympia, and like
Right.
who's
Right.
got
Right.
the better physique, the more desirable physique. I
Mm-hmm.
already know that between like you and I, the mainstream appeal is natural.
Right. Right.
The majority of the population would rather see a natural physique compared to an enhanced physique. Hence why the enhanced side isn't really getting the type of attention that it was during 1970s.
I feel I agree with you 100%. However, when it comes down to the natural bodybuilding world, I've realized something going on for quite a time now. People want, I feel like I personally want to see natural bodybuilding strive. People in the natural world want to see natural bodybuilding at the top. But when the top guys come out and we win shows, our physiques are posted online, you read the comment sections, there's no way he's Natty, or the bashing starts.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're trying to push natural bodybuilding to a certain level or to a certain point, we should embrace the fact that there are guys out there that can do it naturally, who has the genetics to do it all. We may not look like a sebum because I feel like the enhanced side is just, it's way out about, if you ask me. I'm not gonna look like a sebum, or I will never look like a Phil Heath on
Right.
being natural. Will
Right.
never.
Right.
So the truth is, we push our natural limits, we push our natural abilities to the limits, and we get the results that we get. But yet still, I feel like we're still being criticized for being natural. Like, there's no, if we even give a yes, I'm 100% natural, there's backlash you're gonna get from it. There's no way. I mean, the other guy, what's his name, Prosper, the other day, Greg did the whole podcast thing about him, and it was a big eruption where
Uh, Hussein or the professor?
no, Prosper Fitness,
Oh, okay. Okay.
the guy that yeah, he competes in the natural organization, and he got a lot of backlash for his results that was proven by Greg Doucette, and I was like, you know what? I mean, there's no. It's like you can't prove it. Even when
Yeah.
you prove it, you can't prove it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's the hardest part.
Yeah. Yeah.
People will just not take your word for it ever.
So yeah, and the our contingency for that, because that's definitely a big concern of mine. We're looking to, like, every athlete who's getting added to this roster of this. I'm calling it the greatest 30-man team in the history of sports and entertainment. That's my ambition to pull that off. The greatest 30-man team in the history of sports and entertainment. These athletes are being picked not only for their physiques, but they're
Mm-hmm.
also being picked based off of their level of moral character,
Right,
integrity, their willingness to be transparent, like you just were. In like the first
right.
5 minutes, I asked you a question and you said, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's the type of athlete that we're looking to be
Right.
associated with this project.
A
My
hundred.
hope is, my hope is that by leading with these core values in place, we can convince the greatest number of people
Right.
that we are telling the truth, that we are aspiring role models for your kids to look up to
Mm-hmm.
show that you can actually achieve greatness
Right.
naturally, just
Natural.
with the human potential that we all have access to. And maybe you
Natural.
weren't born to be like the next Natty King or the
Right.
next like great natural bodybuilder, but you were born with a level of potential, and if you just tap into it,
Mm-hmm.
you too can achieve great things, just like Daimain, or just like Shaun Fury, or just
Him.
like another natural, you know? And
Yep.
that's the
Yep.
entire message.
Yep. Yep. I feel like too the internet has kind of made this whole natural
Fake Natty or not, yeah,
right.
yeah.
They made this impossible thing, because the thing is, most of these young guys coming into bodybuilding now, they don't have the patience, they don't have they don't have the work ethic, the drive to actually put to get the results that you know
And there's no reward. So not only do they not
right.
have the patience or the mentality, but there's also no selling point. Because what do you
Exactly.
get out of spending 10, 20 years refining and peaking your physique to like optimal levels?
Hmm.
What do you get?
Right.
We understand what we get. We get the
Right.
journey.
Hmm.
Like
The journey, the
that's all the
experience.
thing that there is to get. But we
Right.
have to display that in like a proper medium. I
Hmm.
choose storytelling. I choose, like,
Nice.
I'm a filmmaker. I'm looking to compete against people like Christopher Nolan
Right.
and like the great directors and filmmakers of our
Yep.
time. I'm looking to
Hmm.
compete against those people, and I want to
Kudos to
use
you, man.
natural bodybuilders to kind of pave the way for that. You know?
Nice, nice. I get you. I support you, bro. I
Yeah,
support
man.
you. 100. Yeah, man. I mean, natural bodybuilding for me is in good hands. If I'm the only one to prove that it can be done,
Mm.
I'll definitely just do what I have to do. Trust me.
And that is exactly who we're looking for. A
Yep.
person who is
I'll do it.
willing to put it on their shoulders.
Right. I'm
Honestly.
telling you, man. Because it can be done, especially with what I have. With what I have, Crohn's disease, a lot of people don't even think they can get back to their health.
Yeah.
And for me to be doing bodybuilding in its purest form, and doing what I'm doing now is just
At the
amazing.
highest level.
I kind of shock myself sometimes. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
bro, how the hell how you pull that off?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I'm asking myself the questions like, how am I going to beat this guy?
it's gonna be hard. I'm telling you. I mean, it's gonna be hard though. But
Just well, couple things because we're all right. So, do you know Philip Ricardo Jr.? He's actually in your state. He goes by the legend. He's like a bodybuilding, natural bodybuilding legend, Philip Ricardo Jr. I believe he's competed in OCB potentially, but he's in your area. There's
mhm.
also another athlete, Marshall Johnson. He's 64.
Come on, man.
You must know Marshall.
Come
Yeah,
on, man.
they're
That's a
homies.
legend. Come
Yeah,
on, he's
yeah,
a legend
yeah,
in the bodybuilding world,
yeah.
man. The natural world, man.
So they're both in your state. So you should like yeah,
Yeah, me and Marshall, we competed at we didn't compete together, but he was at the presidential.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
got a chance
Just
to.
a couple weeks ago, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Me
hmm
too.
So Philip Ricardo Jr., who has also competed against Marshall multiple times, they're both like they're OGs of the sport.
Right.
He has agreed to come on as our head judge. He currently is a head judge for Mr. America, if I'm not mistaken. He's done that a
Yep.
couple years. He's
Mhm.
very supportive of the Natty King project,
Right.
and he's agreed to be my mentor and be
Right.
my head judge. He's also been a promoter of his own bodybuilding competitions as well. So he offers a lot of wisdom, a lot of
Right.
experience to this. I
Mhm.
say all that to say, I am going to be working with him to like fine tune the judging criteria
Right.
because I think this is an opportunity to try to like just like start from scratch as to like deciding how we actually want to proceed with judging these athletes.
Mhm.
And my current vision is I want a posing routine to be judged.
Right.
I want that to be taken into consideration. I want
Mhm.
a symmetry round where we can
Mhm.
actually take a look at the
Right.
athlete's physique. Forget the side by side for a second, and let's
Right.
just look at this specific athlete and
Right.
see like, okay, is like what does his shape look like? What do his proportions look like? Does everything like look like it's supposed to look?
Right. Right.
Yeah. So that's the type of stuff that I'm looking to reintroduce because none of this is new. It just
Mhm.
gets overlooked as the sport has continued to progress.
Right. Yeah, I feel like the other league. I feel like they've taken it to a whole different level where the expectations now, when it comes down to how you even judge a bodybuilding show, is just not up to par. You get what
No,
I'm
I
saying?
agree. I
Because I'm
agree.
seeing guys winning shows that I'm like, oh yeah, that guy look way better. He may not have been as ripped as you are, but trust me, I don't think bodybuilding is all about just you being shredded.
Okay, and we are 100% on the same page, and I'm going to emphasize that for
Right,
this
right.
competition. It's
Mm-hmm.
like conditioning is not everything.
Not everything.
My passion as a bodybuilder is all about shape. That's my passion. I'm not
100.
saying I'm not saying that like every judge on the panel has to feel that way,
Right.
but I am looking to say like, okay, the most conditioned person doesn't just win just because they're the most conditioned.
Right.
You know?
It can't be that you're gonna put I'm gonna give a good example. Like for example, Flex Wheeler, one of the greatest physiques of all time, right? You can't put a Hardy Troop on beside Flex Wheeler. No matter how ripped, because Hardy is known for his
Yeah,
shredded,
yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah.
So I
Great.
mean,
Yeah,
you can't put there's no comparison
yeah,
still.
yeah, yeah,
It's all about symmetry, it's all about shape, it's all
yeah,
about balance,
yeah, yeah,
flow.
yeah.
Flex Wheeler has all of that.
Well,
Right?
you and I are on the same page, and that's why I was excited to meet with you because
Right.
I think you've got all of them. Like I think you've got size, shape, and conditioning, which
Right.
is not something you see often in a
Off.
natural bodybuilder.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's what I'm saying. Like you're a big fish, bro, and like you already know that.
That's why I'm at the top, bro. That's why I'm at the top, and that's why I'm gonna stay at the top too.
Let's
'Cause, I
go.
mean, I'm only getting better from here on out, man. Trust me on that one. It's gonna
Yeah,
be epic, bro. Trust me.
yeah, man. And
It's gonna be
honestly,
epic.
it's like we're on the same page about like we want to keep the rivalries friendly.
Right.
I
Yeah.
definitely see 100%. I see you as a rival. 100% I see
Come
you as a
on.
rival.
Come on.
Um,
Once we compete together, we are. No
yes,
doubt
yes.
about it.
And I am all about like keeping that spirit of healthy competition, because I
Right.
think that can be like a very strong motivating force as I continue to
Right.
like bring on athletes. Like you're the ninth athlete to be added to this roster. You
Right.
think I'm not thinking about you guys when I go to the gym? Like
Woo, it's
like
crazy.
I gotta compete. Like, and you should see the
Man.
roster. Like we got some.
Oh my God, he's gonna be there. He's gonna be there. Okay,
Exactly,
we're gonna be sharing the stage together. Like keep
exactly.
that gets the workout going, man. Trust me.
Yes, yes, yeah. So,
Yes.
and like, at the end of the day, we're hitting a lot of boxes with like the message, and one of those messages is like brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you can apply that not just to natural bodybuilding, you could apply that to like your own
Anything.
community. It's
Right.
like you want to do
Right.
something great, well, like form a community around you, form a village, because like there's
Mm-hmm.
that saying, it takes a village, and I truly
Yep.
believe that.
A
So this is
hundred.
a village that we're forming right now around the natural bodybuilding community, with the
Mm-hmm.
intention to have it reach that level of success that only the enhanced side has ever experienced.
Okay, so question though, I don't want to forget about this because
Of course.
this may be a little, maybe let me. But I'm gonna touch on it anyways. When it comes down to a person being or claiming natty, I mean there are things, there's stringent testings put in place to prove those reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if a person was on steroids, right, and
Mm-hmm.
decided, I'm gonna up off 5, 7 years ago, I came off of it. I think I should be able to compete as a natural now.
Yeah.
Are those persons eligible to compete in the Natty King?
I'm really only looking for lifetime naturals for this
Right.
first season.
Well, how do
Yeah.
we prove that though?
They would have to lie to my face. They would have to lie to my face. They would have to lie on a
Thing.
polygraph. They'd have to lie to my face via like Instagram live interview or in person, and then
Right.
they would have to lie again on a
Mm-hmm.
polygraph and say that they're lifetime natural while they know that they're not.
Come
That's the
on.
only way that they would be able to get on the roster.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Good.
And my understanding is that while it is possible to pass the polygraph,
Mm-hmm.
again, I'm not banking on catching liars. I'm
Right.
banking on making the right decisions as to who
Right.
I'm asking to be a part and be a representative
Mm-hmm.
of this natural movement. So, like,
Rep-
I'm,
rep- uh,
mm-hmm,
reputable sources, people who are at the top, who has been doing it naturally, who has a good reputation out there as natural.
correct, correct.
Because I
Yeah,
mean, the natural world, I feel, is doing really well for itself in terms of the direction in which it's going. People have regretted taking steroids in the past, and now they're trying to relive or trying to, erase the
yeah,
decision that they've made to try
yeah,
and compete as naturals. Don't
yeah,
think it's
yeah,
fair.
yeah,
You, even if it was a little bit of whatever you were taking,
yeah.
you're not natural.
And I just need people to be honest.
Simple.
So, and it's not like I'm saying, because let's say this is incredibly successful and it completely revolutionizes the sport, and like now the Natty King is the new title to pursue. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, we're gonna have people hopping off gear to pursue it, and I want
Biggest
to.
biggest payout in history of bodybuilding,
Exactly,
bro. Come on,
exactly. So
they're
it's
gonna
just got to be
come.
done. Like it's exclusive to Lifetime Naturals first,
Right.
and then as it continues to evolve and expand, I want to give opportunities to the people who like understand the error of their ways. Like I want to create that opportunity, just not for the first season, you know.
The money
Like
is very catchy, bro. You gonna have Samson, Dowda, and Derek Lunsford and all of them coming over saying they're natural now. How
that's
that work?
hilarious.
How that gonna work?
But they wouldn't even win because like again, the judging criteria for this thing is completely different than a Mr. Olympia. It's
Right,
just
right.
different. Like we're honestly we're I'll be honest with you. We're casting athletes that compete in classic and open,
Mm-hmm.
but we're kind of leaning towards classic.
Classic.
Like and to be completely clear with you, the athlete that wins the title of the Natty King, it's not just like the best athlete on stage, it's also
Right.
like the best representative of the
Of the
sport.
natural
Like
sport.
after you get the crown, you are now the Natty King, and like you gotta walk around with that like
That's
you're that
crazy.
guy.
I can see it happening, bro. Trust me, and the outcome will be. One to remember. Trust me.
Well, that's why I'm talking to you about it. That's why I'm
Trust
being
me,
like
bro.
very transparent with you because like
Yeah.
I see the potential. Like
It's there. It's there.
yeah,
Trust me.
yeah,
And it will definitely light a fire or lit a fire under some other athletes' foot or feet to kind of pick
yeah,
their stuff when it comes down to
yeah.
how far they want to take it, you know. I mean,
And
I've always had that mindset. So even though the Natty King would kind of give me a little bit more of a motivation to go a little harder,
that's
it
what I'm
never
always looking for.
leaves, bro. For me, it
That's
never leaves. Every day, I train every day, at least 3 times. I mean, it motivates 3 hours a day, at least 3 hours a day. I don't know. People may call that overtraining, but for me, it works, bro.
that's amazing.
And
That's
that's
amazing.
how I bounce back within less than, well, 2 years now back in the game. Almost 2 years. But
How long have you been in the States?
been here from 2022, so three
Okay.
years.
Okay. Do you ever go back to Jamaica?
No, I haven't gone back.
Okay. Okay. Do you
Planning
want
to.
to?
Definitely, 100%. I'll go back.
Okay. 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 All right. All right. Yeah, just like in the event that everything works out exactly as we want it to, let's say in this hypothetical scenario you were to actually get the crown and you are now identified
Hmm.
as the Natty King. We're looking at the type of press tour that
Hmm.
the Mr. Olympia, like the Samson
Right.
Dowda, like we're
Hmm.
looking at like what kind of stuff is he doing as the Mr. Olympia champion, and we're looking
Right.
to replicate that only with an emphasis on health and wellness and longevity, which is
Hmm.
what the sport was supposed to be about.
Right.
But like
Somewhere
we're
along the
looking,
line, it changed, but
yeah, yeah. So like, let's say in this hypothetical, let's say you won, would you be comfortable with going on like TV shows or like news press, going around the world talking to people?
bro, come on, man. You're
Okay,
making me a celebrity, man. Why should I turn it down? Come on. That's a big
not everyone
opportunity
wants
right there
that.
to spread the good news. You get me? So if I can impact as much people with my journey and my story, I mean, the platform is already created now for me to inspire as much. Okay, if he can do it and do it naturally with having Crohn's disease, that's crazy.
It
You
sells
know?
itself, man. It sells
Yeah,
itself, and people love stories where the hero overcomes. People love
definitely.
that. It's so it resonates because we've
Yep.
all had to overcome something.
Yep.
So yeah, man, I like it's a done deal. So
Done. 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 Say no more. Say less.
okay,
I'll be ready. So whenever, whatever, just keep me in contact, and I'll be here, man. I'll
absolutely.
be
Like you're now a part of the team. Welcome to the roster, and
Thank you. Appreciate that, bro.
things. Yeah, appreciate you, bro. This will continue to expand. I'm still looking at Carolina Muscle just because I want more representation from OCB on the roster.
Hmm.
So if you see him at the Yorton Cup, has the Yorton Cup happened this year yet?
No, it'll be September 27th.
Okay. Yeah. So if you see him,
27th and 28th. 2 days.
yeah. Okay. So yeah, if you see him, let him know. Like would love to chat with him in the future. Um, but yeah, let's just keep in touch and let's just keep growing. Literally
Yeah,
and figure.
I'll
Yeah,
definitely see him there, man. Trust me. I'll see him there. I'll
I
let
love
you
it.
know how it goes too.
I love it. I love it. Cool, man. Well, I got breakfast and a back day ahead of me, so
All
this
right,
was
go get
great.
it, man.
Yeah, I appreciate your time, brother.
Appreciate you even more, man. Thank you
All
for giving me
right.
the opportunity. All right, man.
Absolutely. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. Bless up. Cool.
All right, man.